Hello everyone and welcome back to another PoE2 market analysis update. So first off, we'll have the giveaway results from the last video, as well as we'll have the same giveaway for this video. So go ahead, comment, like and subscribe, and you'll get a chance at winning 20 divines. Of course, the like and subscribe is not necessary, but it makes sure that the algorithm gets pushed, as well as that you get notified as soon as we have another one of these videos for you. So don't be too sad if you don't win. We'll have this giveaway for every single coming video. And let's get started with spinning the wheel. So we had a lot of very nice comments last video. So let's see who won. And it is Jace828. Congratulations on winning this video's giveaway. I will now contact you in the old videos comment section as well as this video's comment section, and we'll figure something out on how I get those divines to you. So we have, outside of the giveaway, let's get started with the actual video. We have some very important and interesting market developments. So the first market development that you can see executed here as well is that we have a huge increase in the prices for the Omen of Sinistral Annulment. So it has breached the 4-to-1 mark and it is steadily moving up. We have made a kind of wall where we are selling 865 Omens from our own investments yesterday. We bought at around 3.8 or 3.9 and now we are selling for a profit. But I believe that this will go up even further than 4.15. It has a tendency to go up to 4.5, and that is why we are keeping some of the Omens we still got as well. So go ahead and get yourself some Omens of Sinistral Annul, and we will now back that up by this datasheet that you can see right here, as well as discuss some other market context. So first off, this is a datasheet that shows us the short-term developments as well as the long-term developments. And in the short-term development, it is quite important that you know that this 100% line that goes from the left of the screen to the right of the screen that I'm currently hovering over is basically the line where if a currency is exactly on that line, it has kept the same value in comparison to yesterday. If it is above, it has increased in value, and if it is below, it has decreased in value. So we're going to look at the graphs right here in that context, and we can see that if we zoom in a bit, there is the mirror right here with the oops, that's not the mirror, this black line right here, which is the mirror, which has severely depreciated in value over the last 2 days. And you can see that also inside the game, where if we select the mirror real quick, we can see that there's multiple people selling multiple mirrors that they bought for basically way less than they probably bought them at, right? This mirror was at 3,400 a few days ago, and now it's at barely 2,880, and the buying offers are not really close to that. So yeah, the mirror is at a very bad point right now, and it's probably not very good to invest into it at the moment. Of course, if it goes down to 2,500 or 2,300, it might be an option, but right now it really isn't, and there's way more selling pressure than buying pressure. So yeah, that's for the mirror, and we can see a few other lines, of course, right here, and the first ones that are quite important besides the mirror is obviously the Divine Orb price that you can see. It's this orange line right here, and it is also going up, right? And this, in context of all of the other lines that we can see right here, which are the Omens, or the most expensive Omens, means that the Divine Orb kind of has a likelihood to increase in its relative value, which means that in comparison to other currency like the Omen, so when we trade Divine Orb to Omen, it means that could mean that we can trade less divines for more Omens, which kind of means that a few Omens have a tendency to decrease in price. So Omens are not 100% safe, but as long as the relative value increase of the omens is higher than the relative value increase of the divine orb, we are absolutely fine. And we can see that these omens right here, they really are developing a lot in price, and they are coming from a depreciated price point and are now reaching or even have already breached the 100% line. And that usually means that the omens will severely increase in value coming now. And you can see that a lot of times in the past where there has been a depreciation, and as soon as this 100% line hit, it really went to the moon, or at least increased a lot in price. So yeah, omens are, how do I say this? Pretty safe to invest, like 70 to 80%, but if the divine orb severely increases in its relative value, it could be that some omens might go down, even though we have a general uptrend. This has happened before, but we'll see, right? We'll see tomorrow how it looks like, but the Omen of Sinistral annulment is fairly safe, and also I recommend that you invest into it. You can buy even at simply if you're not interested in getting the huge profit. Oh yeah, you can buy at 4-1, and the best part is that is already empty right here. So you'll be the first guy that has filled. If I don't fill that in a second, I'll have to look how many divines we have in stash, and then we'll buy ourselves at 4-1, and we'll see how the market goes from here. Right, so yeah, get yourself some of those omens, and I think the only thing that might be of any value to discuss right now is the Chaos Orb price developments as well, which is that the Chaos Orb is still the absolute best. It's this line, by the way, right here, if I haven't hovered over it already. The Chaos Orb is still the best currency for retaining long-term value, so I recommend that you invest into it if you're interested in keeping just keeping the value of your currency and you're not interested in getting short-term profits. The Divine Orb is also pretty alright, but it has a tendency to sometimes get overtaken by the Fracture Orb or even some of the Omens in the beginning. So yeah, watch out for your divine orbs if you're keeping your currency in those, and I recommend that you put it into chaos orbs, because that way you are safer. So yeah, I believe that is about it, and of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask that in the comment section or on the Discord server. We also have, by the way, quite a lot of other information that you can extract from this document. It will be in the video description as well, where you can open it and look at all this beautiful data yourself and make your own conclusions. And we also have like the investor wallets, how the fund is performing right now. You can see we had a 1% increase yesterday, another 1% increase the day before, and it's kind of getting harder to get big increases because we already are at 12,000 total divines invested of people, which is, if we have a 1% increase, that's already in 120 divines, right? But I believe that with the right investments, and I'm also looking at scalability really, we'll have some bigger percentages. Right here, for example, you can see we had a 7.4, another 1.6 and 3%. So that's in 3 days, 11% value increase. So yeah, let's see how that develops. And yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, I really recorded this video a lot of times, so I'm wondering about if I forgot anything, and I think I have not, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. I'm out.